Hi, this is Ron from High Tech Legion, and this is the Zotac FireStorm overclocking software utility that you can download from Zotac's website, and it is for use for any Zotac 8 or 9 series or GTX series video cards. As you can see, there are sliders that controls the engine clock, memory clock, and shader clock, and you can tweak your video card's performance to the sliding these around. And since this is a review of a part of the review for the Zotac GTX 560 Ti AMP edition video card, you can see that the factory overclock is already displayed there. For the engine clock is 950 megahertz and 4400 megahertz for the memory clock from the default 822 engine core, and the 4002 megahertz default memory clock. On the right, you'll see the temperature. This is the idle temperature at 30 degrees, sitting at 30 degrees Celsius. And at default, the fan speed is set to auto. And we will look at the different various fan speeds. If you click here at the bottom, profile, and it brings up the profile. Or I actually created several profiles already. The fan speed for the GTX 560 Ti only actually goes the range is between 40% and 75%, but you can try to set it on the FireStorm lower or higher than that. But I will demonstrate later what will happen. It really won't change. It won't change the. It won't affect the temperature. Yeah, rather the fan speed. But okay, let's first start with the. What you're hearing right now is the auto fan speed, which is 40%. Give you time to listen to it. Alright, I should say that the camera or the microphone is actually exactly 22 inches away from the video card, and the video card is inside the NZXT Hades case. And now we're going to try. You can hear 40%. See, if I double click it, nothing happens because there's already a 40% in automatic, and we're not loading any 3D programs, so it stays there. And we're gonna manually crank it up to 50%. We can use the slider, or we can just load the profile here. You can hear it. Click activate. Now let's try 60. Let's move on to 70. And the maximum speed 75. As you can hear, it's really audible. The maximum during real world tests, the maximum temperature was reached at 88 degrees Celsius. And the fan speed at 88 degrees Celsius, if you leave it in auto, it will say at 60% if you don't tweak it. So what I'll do is load all the profiles again one by one until you so that without interruptions, so you can hear it very clearly. I'll reset it to 40. Okay, as you can see, it was actually it was barely audible until you reach 60%, so that actually sounds pretty good. And earlier I told you about the range. What will happen if we try to input the range that is outside of it. This is 35% and 80%. 35% is lower than the 40% minimum, and 80% is higher than the 75% maximum. So you can see right now it's 75%, and if we activate the 35%, as you can see, it stayed at 75%. So nothing will happen. It won't affect it. And let's lower it to 40%, and let's try crank it up to 80%. As you can see, it didn't accelerate.